everyone. Welcome back to Better Together as One. I'm happy to be back with Adele Lapointe from Chaos to Clarity, a professional organizing company. Now, I got to tell you, right now when I think about my personal closet, the change of seasons are upon us, and although I wouldn't say I'm an organized person, but I certainly value clarity. I value space. I don't like chaos in my life because I know what it does to my anxiety and just my space. That being said, I'm overwhelmed, and often, how do you know where to start? When you have somebody that's overwhelmed, doesn't know where to start, or maybe they're even embarrassed by this chaos in their home, what can you do? Can you even just do a consultation to help them get started?
Oh, absolutely. The very first thing is to reach out to us, and usually I do a free consultation because it's very important because, like you say, there's the embarrassment, there's
a stigma.
It is, and so I go into people's homes, I go into places that nobody else actually goes into, so there really has to be a trust there. You really have to be able to say, I like this person and I trust this person. And the biggest thing is with any most organizers actually, not just myself, but judgment is we leave it out the door, like, you know what I mean? Because I think what happens is to me anyways, when I treat my clients, is you've invited me into your home. So I mean, I'm excited for you. I'm excited because I know what I can do, when we get there. So really, it's just a conversation. Let's start the conversation. You tell us what you are concerned about, what distresses you out, and then we just have that conversation. It's very generic, like it's not generic, it's very like whatever your concerns are, we address those, and then I create a plan and say, this is what I can do. I can just tell you, I can even give you a written plan that you can do on your own, because a lot of people just need to start.
Right.
They just need to say, where do I begin? How do I do this?
I love the fact that you said you have to build trust, and I think that's so important. But this is a process. What I love about what you're doing is you're doing this together with the homeowner. They have to be an integral part of, just like that's why we're here, Better Together as One. You're here to help. So right now we're living in some unique times. As Claire was mentioning in the first segment, you've got all kinds of people working from homes, children perhaps doing school from home. It's a very stressful time. Layered into that, there's all kinds of stuff that go with it. What we love to do here on the show is give practical tips and strategies. So you're going to show us a few things that right now viewers at home could go and actually get started to create some more clarity rather than chaos in their home. So what have you got?
Exactly. Before I do that, and I mentioned before, is everything should have a home. I mean, that's the whole concept of organizing, is everything should have a home. So when I mentioned about the children having their own space, whether it's a drawer or whether it's their desk, a part of the desk, if you do homework on the dining room table. And this is where I brought something very simple, very affordable.
Accessible and affordable.
Accessible is magazine holders. You can have fancy ones. You can do it. This is IKEA. You get 5 for like $6.99 or something like that. But this is great. I used to use these for my children when they were young, and they can personalize it.
Fun.
They can
make an art project.
And make it an art project. So anything that is the child's can go in here. Their computer, their laptop for school, that kind of thing. And that helps the anxiety for the child too. And the biggest tip I can give you with children is involve them in the process.
Yes.
Ask them questions. Ask them why. Like, just as simple as, why are you not doing your homework on the table? And they'll tell you, like, it's uncomfortable, or there's too much distraction, or whatever. So involving the kids, same with your spouse or whoever you live with or whatever. You have to involve them in the process and ask those questions.
Because if you get their buy-in, the success is going to be there.
Absolutely. So and even if you were to do it yourself, you have to explain to them why you did what you did, and it goes, okay, I may not agree with it, but now I know why she's doing that. Because if they don't know why, they won't help the process. They understand organization because of school.
Right.
Schools have rules. This is where you do this, and this is where you do this, and they know they have to put it away. If you do that same concept at home, I mean, not with everything. It is stressful because mom's stressful and things like that. So,
Now, for many of us, we're drowning in paper, even though we're in a digital world, whether it's your kids' artwork since they went to kindergarten and now they're graduating university, whether it's the bills, Or maybe you're a senior who's downsizing and you've kept absolutely everything for your entire life, and people are drowning in paper.
Yes.
Do you have a tip that you can help with organizing paper and dealing with that efficiently?
What I usually do with paper, because now when I think of paper, I think like huge. Like we go into piles and piles and stuff. And what we usually do is, again, that concept of organizing where you like with like. So you sort your paper, because paperwork can be very, very time consuming, and I think that's what's stressful is a lot of people don't realize.
And very
you
important.
Have to touch. Oh,
it could be very important.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So whether you have, so I do what we call a quick sort. So I don't even look at what it is specifically, as in this is business, this is home, this is child's, this is artwork, this is whatever. Then you have those take together. Then when you take all your bills or all your child stuff, it's one thing. You're thinking of one thing at a time.
Okay.
And so what happens is when you're thinking all over the place, okay, this is my child's thing, and this, this is my mother's, and this, it's so stressful.
It's distracting.
It's distracting.
Yes.
So if you take one bin at a time, okay, this is all bills. Your one concept is that, one task at a time, and you can do it faster and longer. And I find too, when you're using vertical space,
right.
So here you would have, just you don't need to have fancy files or anything like that. So anything to do with your medical or their kids or, requisitions exactly.
Yes.
It's all nicely done in that. And this is the one thing too that works with everybody, but especially with children, is color coding. So if you're going to do anything that you have the child at home, you would assign a child a color.
Nice.
So even if you have bins that you have their stuff, all the blue bins, especially with the younger one, all the blue bins are this person and that person. So the child knows, I don't touch the red bins, I only touch the blue bins. So color coordinating is very important. Sorry. And I just kind of brought this to show you how easy it is. There's so many things you can get online for doing a schedule for the family. And again, it's using this is like a dollar store product, and you can put all the chores on the side and then have the child highlight. So they know on Wednesday they have online learning. On Tuesday they gotta walk the dog or that kind of stuff. But they recognize their color and what their task is, as opposed to getting confused with all the clutter.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple,
which I love. Now we do have to wrap up, and we're going to have you back on the show again. So just as we leave for commercial break, one tip about changing over your closet, because I could use some help. One quick tip.
Okay. Always having a place, again, a home. So whether the home is going to be a bin in your closet or the spare room or whatever changing over, that you have that home, and you always have a bag or a bin or something that has, if you look at it and you're like, you don't want it, it goes into that container, so it goes by the front door. That type of
So
thing.
then it goes to the front door, and then it's either
It's
donated or it's sent to a place like our incredible clothing sponsor, Style Encore, because you may be done with it.
Yeah.
But our landfills are full of clothing, and there are so many people that would absolutely love to have some of your clothing, hence some of the clothing we're wearing.
Yeah.
And we can actually make a difference in our planet, make a difference in our landfills. You know what, Adele? I hope you will come back on the show.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you for sharing your tips. And I know all of you at home are going to put these into action. If you want to find out more information, certainly check out her website. Reach out to us here on the show. And always remember, we're better together as one.